82% of professionals are at risk of burnout in 2025. The numbers are not surprising anymore. They are just true. What is less well known is that a tradition developed in India specifically to address this kind of depletion, not metaphorically, but physiologically. And modern research is beginning to confirm exactly what that tradition understood. This video teaches you the practice. 5 minutes, no equipment. You can do it right now.
Before we begin, breathing techniques are powerful. If you have a heart or lung condition or are pregnant, please check with your doctor first. Stop immediately if you feel dizzy or uncomfortable.
Coherence breathing is the simplest evidence-based breathwork intervention available. One instruction. Inhale slowly through the nose for 5 seconds. Exhale slowly through the nose or mouth for 5 seconds. That is it. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Approximately 6 breaths per minute. Research consistently identifies this rate as producing the largest improvements in heart rate variability of any breathing pace studied. The goal during practice is evenness. Same pace in, same pace out. No pauses, no holds. Just a continuous, smooth cycle. If your mind wanders, come back to the count. That return of attention is part of the practice. 6 rounds together. Find a comfortable seat. Let your shoulders drop. Close your eyes if that is comfortable. Inhale through the nose. Exhale slowly. Good. Same pace in both directions. That evenness is the whole technique. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. Last round. Inhale fully. And exhale, all the way out. Take a natural breath. Notice what has changed, not dramatically, but in the steadiness of the baseline. That is what you are building, session by session. At 6 breaths per minute, something specific happens. The rhythm of your breathing and the rhythm of your heart rate variability fall into resonance. They synchronize at the same frequency. This state is called cardiac coherence. It is not a metaphor. It is a measurable physiological state associated with peak autonomic flexibility. A 2023 meta-analysis in Scientific Reports pooled data from randomized controlled trials on breathwork and found that slow-paced breathing at approximately 6 breaths per minute showed the most consistent results across studies. Significant reductions in stress, anxiety, and depressive symptoms. A 2024 study published in JAMA Network Open examined breathwork on professional burnout specifically. 129 physicians across 3 countries. Results showed statistically significant reductions in burnout markers and meaningful improvements in professional fulfillment. Heart rate variability, HRV, is the key measurement in both bodies of research. It is the primary physiological marker of how well the nervous system shifts between states. Coherence breathing, practiced daily, improves HRV not just within a session, but cumulatively over weeks. This is a practice whose effects compound. single session is real but modest. 4 weeks of 5 minutes daily is meaningfully more. The Hatha Yoga Pradipika, written in 15th century India, opens its chapter on pranayama with a direct and unambiguous statement: when breath is unsteady, the mind is unsteady. When breath is steady, the mind is steady. The text frames breath regulation as the primary practical lever for restoring prana, vital energy, which the classical tradition understood as depleted by sustained mental and physical exertion. What the 15th century text describes as prana depletion maps directly onto what modern research describes as HRV suppression and chronic sympathetic dominance. The solution the ancient text prescribes, slow, steady, regulated daily breath, is the same solution the 2024 randomized controlled trials are confirming. The language changed entirely. The finding did not. The classical tradition also specifies that regularity matters more than intensity. Not how long each session is, but how consistently it is practiced. A short daily practice maintained over months produces better outcomes than an occasional long session. This is what the texts emphasized. It is also what the research on habit formation consistently shows. Coherence breathing is most effective at the same time each day. The end of the workday is the highest leverage moment, the transition out of sustained activation and into genuine recovery. 5 minutes, 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. The effects are not dramatic in a single session. They are cumulative. That is the point. Subscribe if this series is useful. Every video is grounded in both the original texts and the peer-reviewed research.